Hello once again, dudes. This is Emil from the Code Conspiracy, and welcome to our first tutorial in XHTML. In this tutorial, we'll be setting up our first website, and we'll make a very basic one. Now, the first thing I want to mention is this: whenever you're working with web design, always make sure to have a little folder. I just made a tutorial and then index folder. Now, in this folder, you can call whatever you want. You gotta put your files and pictures and clips and music, cause it gotta be in the same folder, and otherwise it won't work. And also it helps keeping a good order of your stuff. Now go ahead and open Notepad++ here, and you close down the changelog. We don't care about that. Alright, so the third thing you're gonna do is you see here you have a new one here. When you're gonna go ahead and save as. Alright, and then find the folder where you made your the folder you made for your website. It's you to decide what's the name of it is, of course. We don't care. Sorry, here. Alright. So go ahead and call index. Now there's a very important thing that you gotta remember in programming generally. Alright, the thing I want to mention is this. Whenever you're going to save a document in programming, you gotta save it correctly. Now you can go ahead and hit here, hypertext markup language. This is basically what HTML stands for. So gotta hit that, or just type it in here and then save it. It gotta be one of these. Now the way you look if you did save correctly is here. If it says hypertext markup language file. Now you need to save it like this. It's very important, otherwise there's no chance it would ever work. Alright. So now we're gonna start typing some shit in here. Now the first thing I wanted to type in is something called doc type. Now a doc type basically tells your computer, well, whenever you're speaking to a computer, you need to use a programming language or a markup language, right? This is a markup language, and I will just be calling a programming language for, basic. I think it's kind of programming language, but whenever you put in doc type, then you tells it what kind of version it is of HTML or PHP or whatever you're using. I'm just gonna type in HTML because it's HTML. Now, whenever you're working with, we're gonna make something like these and something like these. Right, the first here is a start tag and the second here is an end tag. Well, basically, the reason you need end tags is that you want to keep good order of your stuff, and it's quite easy if you're doing that. Alright, so you gotta type in, make some HTML tags. Now, whatever we put in between these two are part of the website. Whatever there's beneath that real part, this is, but it's, it's 1 out of 1,000. So whenever you're doing it, you gotta, make these HTML tags. Inside here, your website is. Now there's when in here you can type in lang, like that, or language. I prefer using language. Now the reason we're gonna do this is we're telling the browser what language we're using, and EN stands for English. Alright, so now we're going to make a head folder tag. Well, now the head tag is basically like, in here you put options for a website, what should the title be and all this stuff. Now the very first thing we're gonna do is add a title by a title tag. Now a title is the thing that stands up here, as you can see. That's the title. Alright, so I'm gonna call mine XHTML tutorials. XHTML tutorials. Alright, and end it. So now you have a basic, very basic website. We're gonna add a body tag as well. Now a body tag in between these two, whatever you type in is gonna be what you can see on the website basically. So if you go ahead and save this and run it, and Internet Explorer I'm gonna be using, as you can see, the only thing we have here is our title. If we click on show source, we'll have the code here. So we basically made your first very basic website. So in the next tutorial we're gonna be putting a little bit more settings in here, and we're gonna make some advanced stuff, or not advanced but very basic stuff. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.